Hey guys, Michael Smith here, the BeachBanger. And if you've been following along with me, you've heard me from time to time talk about my poker club. Well, in this video, I want to talk about my poker club. I want to give you a little tour of my poker room, my card room. I call it my poker parlor. But before I get to that, I want to just say a few things about my poker club. I've always had an interest in Texas No Limit Hold'em. I've watched it on TV. I've never been to any casinos or any fancy card rooms. I've played a little bit online, but I've always wanted to just host home games. And so home games is where my interest has been in most. Hosting home games has always been my main interest. Number one is my location. I live here, so if I host a home game, I don't have to go anywhere. And number two, you know, it's more of a controlled environment if it's here at my house. So that's a good thing. You never know what kind of people might show up your house, and who to invite, who not to invite back, you know, so on and forth. I started my poker club about 2 years ago with just an idea, a desire. I bought a folding table, a tabletop poker surface, and some chairs. When I first started getting into poker home games, I bought a starter set on Amazon. It come with X amount of chips. It come with cards. It come with the dealer button and some dice. Though we don't use the dice. It comes with a deck of cards. It comes with everything you needed to have to start a poker game. Unfortunately, the amount of chips that came in this kit was limited to just a few colors. And also, there wasn't really enough chips. I wanted more chips, and I wanted more colors. So I went on Amazon and bought colors of every kind. I bought all the different colors available, and they're all the same brand. Value of each chip. When I first got started, I would host my poker games here in my patio. I have a table set up, and we play right here. These lights would be on. I also have more lights set up over here, and it was a good time. I mean, especially in the fall and the spring, the weather was nice. But during the winter months and summer months, not so much. You know, nobody wanted to sit out here in the summertime in the heat, get bit by yellow flies, and nobody wanted to sit out here in wintertime and freeze to death. Contrary to popular belief, it does get quite cold here in Northwest Florida. But that early going, we had a great time. It took a little while to set up for the poker games. Had to, bring everything out, set up the lights, run extension cords. It was a lot of work. But I thought at the end of the day, the way that the setup looked very nice. I was quite pleased. Even my dog was out there wanting to play poker. And at that time, in those early games, it was only $20 to play. And first place gets the pot, second place gets the money back. That's pretty much how it went. And that was just in the early phase. I did some online research about hosting poker games and stuff. And what I found out was that people don't mind going to people's houses to play poker. But they want to be able to be themselves. They don't want to have to feel like they're intruding on people's lives and so on and so forth. And so I really couldn't do that in my house. So I had a shed over here. And the shed was filled with, stuff, books. I had a lot of weightlifting equipment in there. And, I had this other stuff in there too. But I decided I was going to clear out my shed and turn it into a poker parlor. And it's enough room for people to get in and out of and not be too stiff. It's pretty comfortable. And I'll show you that in just a minute. I figured that if I could make that my poker club, then people would come over and play poker more often because they're not really intruding in the house. They can go in and out to use the bathroom, of course. You know, have snacks here and everything, drinks. But for the most part, all the action was done in the shed over here. All right, if you guys come with me, we're gonna go into my poker club here. First thing you notice is, wow, it really does look like a card room. This shed is insulated, and I have an AC. So it stays pretty cold in here. It can get pretty cold in here, but as the door opens and closes right here, people go in and out, you know, sometimes the temperature rises and kind of offsets the AC a little bit. But anyways, as you can see here, I got my table laid out for you, and the poker chips. I got some cards here. I got some buttons here. I got a dealer button, a small blind, and a big blind. Here's the big blind. There's a small blind, and here's the dealer button. These buttons here were not the original buttons I started with. I bought these much later after I started. And I'll show you my original ones here in a minute. But this table right here can hold 8 people. 8 people could play at this table. On average, I usually have about 6 to 7 people. Sometimes I have 5 people, but I usually average around 6. 6 is a good number to have. Also, you'll notice that the room is decorated with my BeachBanger stuff. I got my danger box here. I got my little 1-inch cancer shell rack here, and some more racks here. I got a rocket rack over here. I got a DR9 fan rack here. Some tubes. I got some signage. I bought some signs off of Amazon. This one says bluffing. A pair of balls beats everything. Alright. Also, I got some running lights on the edge here. And they change colors. All I can do is match this little button over here, and they'll change colors. Alright. Up here I got a little neon sign that says hold 'em. I thought it was pretty cool. Over here I got a little tabletop that has some speakers on there, and what I'll do there is I'll attach my laptop to the cable and play music while we play. I'll stream classic rock, you know, stuff like that. Over here I got another sign that says BeachBanger's Poker Room, invitation only. Over here I got some more mortar racks. 2 of them I built, 1 I didn't. If you guys seen my videos on mortar racks, you'll know that I built some of them I haven't. I bought a few. I bought a few online. Up here I got my BeachBanger Poker Club banner. I thought it looked really nice. Got little firework bursts. It says Poker Club on there. I bought this on Amazon as well. I ordered it. I created it and ordered it, and they sent it. And I got it in like 2 weeks. Over here, I got one of my Roman candle racks. Roman candle racks. And I got a Trident rack over here that I made. Alright. Here's another look from a different view. Alright, over here, I got Big Slick here. I couldn't not have him in my poker shed. I got him fixed up here, nice. Big Slick here. He's a nice addition to my poker club. I got some wraps here from different fireworks I shot off. And up here I got some mortar tubes and some other pair of and other stuff. Phantom Wolf Pack. Alright, now this board right here gives you all the blind information and the payouts, all that good stuff. I'm in the process of revising it, that's why it's been blank here. Over here behind me is my bandana collection. All the different bandanas I wore in my videos are all up here hanging. And when I want to wear one, I'll just snatch it down. I got a little timer right here, and this is a time limit for each blind level. And when it gets down to 0, then the blinds change and they go up. These little things on here, I got some dice. These dice right here, I used to work in prison. I confiscated these from an inmate. They're homemade prison dice. There's 5 of them. Plus, inmates like to make cards when they're in confinement with paper. So there's a whole deck of cards right here. I confiscated that as well. There's another BeachBanger banner. That was my first one. I liked it, but I thought I need something more than that, so I got the one over there. Over here, I got this little box. These paper right here, this is the official rules of my BeachBanger Poker Club. And it's basically just general information. This little box right here is that starter set I was telling you about. Now what's in here right now is not the starter set. What's in here now is if people want to buy more chips, have extra chips, these are my extra chips. As you notice, all my chips here are the BeachBanger colors: red, orange, and yellow. So now the regular buy-in for my games are $40. And if you want extra chips, you can pay additional $20 and get half your chips. The only thing is, the other half, the expansion set of chips you get, are only the high dollar chips, not the low dollar chips. Okay, I'm talking about these red chips are worth $100, and the orange chips are $500, and the yellows are $1,000. All right, and my poker games are my poker games are single table eliminations, tournament style play. So you can play until you lose all your chips, then you have to leave. It's an elimination. So the last 3 people remaining get payouts. And I don't. My original dealer buttons is in my house, but this right here, Da Vinci, That's the name of the brand of chips I use. I got some more chips over here. This is where I store all my chips at. I'm sorry if it's kind of dark in here right in a second. But I got chips of all kinds of colors in here. There's some more yellows and some grays. There's some black chips. And more black chips. You got pink chips. I got green chips. Here's some purple chips and some blue chips. I do have some other colors. I have white and light blue that I don't use, and they're put up somewhere else. But here's another glance at my poker room, guys. As you can see, there's plenty of room in here for 8 people to come in and sit down at the table and stand up and stretch. All right, not really a problem. I usually have one poker home game a month. That's really about as much as I can fit in. It'd be nice to have one bi-weekly or whatever, but right now that's not possible. The platform for my BeachBanger Poker Club is that it's a fun, friendly, casual atmosphere for players of all skill levels. Okay, it's a place to have fun and not be, you know, tense or nervous or whatever. We're just here to have fun, guys, and so that's what it's about. It's about socializing. It's about socializing and just, you know, talking about all kinds of stuff while we're playing poker, have a few drinks, and that's what it's about. That's how it goes. There's not been I haven't had any problems with fights or any real arguments. Nobody's trying to steal any money or pull a knife out or a gun. It's a pretty smooth operation going on here at the BeachBanger Poker Club. But I just want to share you guys what I've done here, so now you know. If you're ever in my area and you want to play some poker, hit me up. Alright guys, that's all I got for today. Until next time, I'm the BeachBanger. Keep banging!